it's time to keep walking. We gotta go.
So
I like gently set my rocks back down and keep walking.
She's like, remember, here's the noise, and turns the buck around. What the fuck?
I think something fell from the ceiling. Weird.
Insight check.
So you guys go ahead.
Throw the
That's
stone,
terrible.
right?
You guys go ahead and you are making your way around the lake. It's a good 20 feet. It's rough terrain. Like, it's not a nice firm footing. It's the rocks kind of slip and slide. There's some shale that's broken around, and
Oh shit.
oh, shale, no, shale, hail. And it's about 20 feet wide. Is this section between the lake and this wall of the cavern, and it's a good 20 feet or so.
Put the thing back where it came from. Dum.
How many more are there?
Oh no, she's getting her dice box. She's getting her dice box.
Oh lord.
I'm so happy I threw that rock.
So you guys go ahead and you make your way to what you kind of figure should at least be halfway. Like, you've been walking for what feels like hours now. And you can hear snuffling up ahead.
Oh.
Wait, we should. Okay, so we passed the sketch. I'm like going back over my notes. She said bridge fast but sketchy, shore is safe and slow. We should have two paths in front of us. A purple path and a green path.
We're about halfway across. We're not there yet.
Damn it.
Can you demonstrate the snuffling sound?
Not right now.
Are we not close enough to hear
It's
it?
my sinuses feel weird.
Oh, sorry.
It's just sympathy. It's just sympathy. Don't get fucking sick.
I was just trying to know what you mean.
It's like a deeper. It's like not like a pig. It's like a dog sniffing around, but like a big dog.
Perception, child.
Yeah.
Natural fucking 20 for a 28.
Baby, that's a nice.
But it's not a 1.
I only got a 12
Alright, so
somehow.
Sophine, you are able to see off in the darkness something glowing and another thing glowing. And it looks like it is lapping at the water. And then you see a third glowing something. And then you hear that snuffling again. And then rocks are kicked up as whatever this is goes running off.
That's what I get for a natural 20?
Yeah.
They go running off as like a wave.
Or two.
But that's what Sophine got.
Yeah. I was just.
I'm gonna tell you guys what I saw, but like.
Like having heard us, or just like having.
Wait.
Like, oh yes, I'm done drinking the water. Bye.
I'm not sure.
I would also like to do a perception.
I got a
check.
natural 20 and that's what I got.
Yes, what Sophine got.
I can see in the dark.
I don't know. Why did she emphasize that?
Because she's gonna fuck us up.
Because I was asking the question and that information was given to Sophine, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sophine, could you make out how large they were?
Nope.
Not at that.
Can you make out?
Not at that distance.
Well, we still got like
Let's keep
a whole
on
year
going.
and a half.
Alright,
before that
so we
shit happens.
cautiously, stealthily proceed. I haven't
Yep.
said stealthily yet today, so I'm saying it.
Stealth.
Stealth Ollie. Stealth
Stealthy.
Ollie, fabulous.
That was horrifying.
Stealthy.
So you do come eventually, again, you're getting very tired, like you've been walking a long time, and you come to what looks like two collapsed tunnels. And you can see peaks of purple and peaks of green around the rubble.
Nice.
Can I see which one is predominantly purple and which one is predominantly green?
Yeah, like you can see the glow of whatever is behind it, but it looks like something has caused these, at least this part to just collapse.
But we're still in the room, like the chasm with the lake.
with the lake, yeah.
The lady said not to sleep in the water rooms.
She did.
So we have to put them?
I
think we should go through the green tunnel.
I think that this one's blue.
Wait, do we?
No.
We don't have the tunnels in front of us yet, right?
They're
It's the two
like you can
purples.
see
Oh.
you see the tunnels, but it
The
looks like
purple
the front
one is
have
the
been
right one.
But do we really trust her?
collapsed.
I mean, she owes us a blood debt,
Yeah, true. Okay.
and
Purple
she
it
did
is.
bamf us out of there. Purple thingy it is. Perception check.
Go ahead.
12.
15.
Oh,
Natural one.
That one. There we go.
What do
Who
you
got
have?
that one? Rina, for a second, just the sight of that collapsed rubble
oh
is like you're thrown back into the wall, the cell where that door, that exit was presented to you and immediately snatched away the moment that they broke your hands.
Uh-huh.
And you were told this is the exit and that exit is collapsed.
Rina screams and trips backwards, just like a step.
I clamp
and
my
then
hand
like
over your mouth.
yeah, it's kind of like my hands kind of like go like that, like just instinctively like.
Retract.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I slap my hand over your mouth. Shh.
Temsin kind of goes to like stable as you trip.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Push myself back up. That one's blocked, just in case anyone didn't know.
looking around, does anything react to the scream? Like the loud ones?
No, there is nothing. Nothing comes to investigate, nothing. It's very, like, literally the only, you don't even hear any bats in here. Like, literally the only thing you hear is the water lapping against the shore. Temsin, you are able to, upon further kind of investigation, like looking around, you're able to figure out that there's probably a good 4 or 5 feet of rubble collapsed in, and you can see like some broken crystal on the floor that has fallen in, and it looks as though something just destroyed it coming through here.
Man, where's
So that's the purple
dynamite when we
tunnel?
need it?
That's purple and green are both like
they're
the
both
front.
just
It
closed
looks like
in.
something just like on the front of it.
Crap. It's about 4 feet.
Yo, magic user, you got anything to get us through this?
I have a spell that would help to reduce the bubble and make it easier to move. However, it is loud, and also I worry that it might possibly cause a further pain.
What is our other option?
You move it manually.
As we're discussing this, Gideon is literally just like, fuck it, and just starts like trying to move stuff, like,
She's so old.
piles.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we can't do it here, we have to keep going.
Looking at the rubble and looking around, would I have a sense of whether casting Shatter would bring down the cave further, or would help us to move the rocks?
Oh, fancy. I have a spell. Can I do an Arcana check on the thingy, on the tunnel?
Yeah.
No. Hang on. It's a 11.
This isn't really Shatter isn't really like a breaking it apart spell. It's like a thunder damage spell.
So, a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage. That wouldn't help to reduce it at all. It would.
Yeah, like. Yeah, you could try that.
Side note, can I go up and touch the rocks?
Okay.
Are they there?
Yeah.
For real? I was hoping that'd be an illusion.
Illusion.
How's his looking on ideas?
His is just like hanging out in his hood.
No,
I
I
mean,
know,
he
I
can
mean, like, does he have
And I'm gonna
any
let him come out if he
sort
wants to like crawl around and do his thing.
Just don't touch the water, Hist.
Any sort of.
fire bluey stuff that could, like, get rid of some rocks or disintegrate them or something?
I could probably peek behind there and see how far it is.
If you want to, you can.
And he goes ahead and he starts like scurrying, and you can see like a rock get kicked back here and there.
Does Angrad have her? Is it just a bird that you can do?
Yeah, I mean, I could recast it, but I couldn't make it huge. It wouldn't help us.
Angrod, do you have the ability to do that thing where you make something much larger? A very large, strong remember might be useful right now.
Oh my god, we are here living in 2019 since the 3019. Oh my god.
Freaking let's Alice in Wonderland remember right now.
I did croquette.
We got some mushrooms.
Alright, that seems safer to me than trying to shut the door.
Wait, our boy is in there.
Oh.
Well, we can wait till he
Are you
returns.
Cast message.
And he like wriggles back and he's like, it goes for a little while. It's really pretty.
Aww, cutie. She's so cute.
I want to protect him.
Alrighty. Gonna make getting out of here a bitch.
As she like
And you
suddenly
say that.
I really thought she was big before. She's
I'm
not.
literally up to her knee now.
I'm gonna wait, my gear grows with me, right?
Yep.
Use thine hands.
You have
Yeah, 'cause
shoveling
my shield's
things?
really not like.
You could shovel it.
What if you do you have a thing that's like a pointy thing with a curve on, like a sickle? Because you could just shove it back there and
What's
just
the other
yeet
side
things
of your
forward.
console?
It's my Yakila, so it's a spear. It's alright, I'll just do.
You could try to thaumaturgy it down.
Tons
Yeah.
of noise.
Yeah, I was about to say we're all gonna.
So-
We're all just gonna kind of like take the small rocks and.
This is the purple
You
tunnel,
weren't
right?
helping,
Just want
right,
to confirm.
Chloe?
Yes,
Great.
this is the purple one. Yeah, so you guys go ahead and you actually like you severely cut down the amount of time that it would have taken to clear that.
Yeah.
So you are able to safely
S'more.
get into the tunnel before you feel the need to make camp.
Inspiration.
Cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, right. It's not
I
that
didn't
good.
say anything. That was Delia.
Yo, I still actually have my. Well, would I say?
Same.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
think
used that inspiration
no one's
yet.
used it yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So you guys are able to get into the tunnel before you make camp.
It's been a while since we had giant.
Can we
Giant,
ask
remember?
what would have happened if we touched the water?
I will tell you after.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go on now.
I love my girl throwing rocks at things she shouldn't throw rocks at.
Welcome home.
All right. Go ahead and who is like? How are you doing camp in this? Like, it is this tunnel. You do not need dancing lights because the purple crystals that line it are all glowing, and they're even giving off a very faint amount of.
I realize now that I'm level 5, I can take another cantrip. So one of them is light. I can
Oh, you
use.
do? You get another cantrip at level 5?
I guess I don't know. On D&D Beyond, I had a slot open for a cantrip, so I used it. I mean, I can switch it in and out because I'm a cleric, but
It might have been at level 4.
it might have honestly.
How tall is the ceiling?
Ceiling is probably 10 feet. Like, yeah. Remember,
Where's Asian squatting her way through?
Duck walk.
Because it doubles your size, or does it just move you up to the
It's only
next?
for a minute.
Yeah.
Only for a minute?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought last time it lasted for a really long time.
It's a minute.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Does it double your size, or does it just move you up to the next size bracket?
Doubles.
Dang.
So she's literally like over 16 feet.
yeah.
Well, she's
Wait.
gone
She
small.
feels empowered.
I guess-
Emboldened.
Yeah, I'm like
You said how to set
a
it because
fifth of
it's
your
only
size,
10
not
by
a sixth.
10, basically.
This section is 10 by 10.
Can I have perception to make sure that like we're all, or like a survival check to make sure that this thingy is okay? Um, 12.
Yeah. Seems to be pretty safe.
Okay,
That's fine.
it seems fine, I guess.
Seems fine.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
So can
Oh my god, I can't hear that the right way anymore.
looking looking at these crystals.
Uh-huh.
Would I know if I could like break off a couple and it'd be okay?
You think so?
I want a
Like,
crystal.
What kind of check would you like me to do to determine?
Daniel's just
Perception
like,
check.
you ever want to just go? Daniel and Rena are both like, you just want to go to a place that's fraught with danger and fuck it up.
you think it's okay?
I'm having a cow baby right now. I'm giving birth.
A cow baby?
Oh my god.
Why a cow
Can I
baby?
do
You like
an
don't have a
insight?
cow?
Well, would I need to do an
Having
insight
a cow.
check to determine why they're glowing, or would it just be kind of like they're bioluminescent
But
glowing?
this just seems to be how they are.
Are there any on the floor that are loose?
Yeah, like there was a cave in.
There were quite a few over where, but they were like broken up into pieces. Where
Okay, were they still glowing?
Yeah.
Like how big of pieces?
Like small pieces.
Okay, Thames is gonna go collect those for jewelry.
Aw.
Gonna collect a bunch
Oh,
of
I
purple
forgot you're a
stones.
jeweler.
Okay, go ahead and do like half a dozen.
Cool.
Bro, that will help out so much when we need money later.
They're gonna
Like,
be like,
these
he's
are
like,
rare
from
underdark crystals. And they're gonna be like, this is the first thing. What is this?
you're like 8 billion gold pieces.
Okay. So you
I
guys,
think that's a
who is
fair
on
price.
first watch? Okay, Sophine and Delia. Okay, so Sophine and Delia, how are you positioned for watch?
I guess like one on each side, probably.
She's literally like tree posing, staring into the abyss ahead of her, like,
Okay.
do
So then,
something I dare you.
No, no, don't invite it.
and then Sophine is over on the lakeside. Okay, so Sophine on lakeside, you are doing your damnedest to keep awake and keep watch.
I'm immune to sleep.
Yeah, I know. And keep watch, and you start to hear something. After the rest of the group has been asleep or meditating. What did you get?
I got a 10.
You cannot piece together what this is. And you start to realize that the water has stopped lapping at the shore.
Oh, that's so deeply unsettling.
And
Have you alerted me or no?
you begin to hear this very soft vocalization
Guys.
in
Hey.
the cavern
Hey.
behind you. And it echoes. And
nightmares
you
about
hear
this.
this echoing going through the cavern. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
I have advantage on charm and sleep
I
spell.
Oh, no, it's not
stuck in my
charm
head all the
You said
time.
just wisdom?
Yep, just a wisdom save.
Okay, hang
It goes on for a long time too.
on. 23?
Okay. You can
No, I'm sorry,
feel
22.
you can feel the pull of magic,
Maybe I
but it
shouldn't wake people.
fades behind you. And
She
you're
just waves it
able
off.
to hold on.
So have you actually alerted us, or are you still like?
I don't know if I should, because maybe if you just
I mean,
stay
I'm
asleep,
awake.
it's fine. Yeah,
I'm, like,
you are.
behind you, so
Delia, don't wake the others.
you see her like
Just come over quietly and close your ears.
she picks up her crossbow and just like readies it.
Also, close your ears though. Don't aim your weapon.
What?
It's,
She's so old.
I just like I look at her and I go,
Delia, I need you to roll a wisdom save.
no, I will down your ass right now.
Don't kill the old woman.
Oh no, this is gonna be like a Mags from Catching Fire
No!
concept.
No.
Into the fog.
No.
Fucking called it, y'all.
21.
Not natural at all.
You're able to move closer, and as you move closer to the edge of this, tunnel, it gets louder
I'm gonna
and
use
louder.
a light cantrip and send out the little orbs.
And as those orbs dance out over the water, you're able to see where that bioluminescence was under the surface
No.
are these glowing eyes of these strange creatures that are humanoid, but their hair and their bodies look as if it's been constricted with the same crystal of the tunnels that you're going through.
How far
But
away
there's-
are they from us? Like, how close are we getting to them?
You're at the edge of the tunnel, and then the tunnel is at about 20 feet
Can I,
toward the edge
since
of
I
the
passed
water.
that, can I just let go of my crossbow? Like,
No! Oh
Bad
my
idea,
God.
bad idea.
You absolutely can.
Delia, why?
Go ahead,
Absolutely
go ahead and
yes.
roll.
We don't know if they can come out of the water. They may not be able to hurt us.
15?
Lure you to the water.
Oh.
No,
16. Sorry.
no.
Oh shit, okay.
You see one just kind of move as if it was on a current or like a wave had just kind of caught it, but the surface of the lake is absolutely still. And you can see that there is no more bioluminescence at the bottom of the lake, just 100 eyes, 200 eyes going out over the
200
surface of this
eyes?
lake, all staring in your direction.
We should probably
I'm
run.
gonna put my arm out. Delia, wait. They might not be able to leave the water.
And they just back and forth as they sing.
Don't wake the others. Maybe this will be fine.
Put the rocks back. There's a wall between us and them.
And it does not stop. They don't move. They just face you and sing.
Yeah, I hate this. This is the most unsettling thing we've ever faced.
Sacred
She's
fire!
just gonna be like,
If we dry the
Delia,
river, they die.
I don't want to wake the others for the next watch. I'll just take a point of exhaustion. And you can go to sleep. We're both like, ah!
no.
Sabine has like gotten a blanket and pulled it up on her head and is just sitting there staring back into the eyes.
Sophie,
And hours
Sophie,
pass.
do you have any magic that could, I don't know, like, blow them away or something? I don't know.
I don't think Sacred Flame would do much, but they don't seem to be coming closer, and I just would like to leave it as. Would I have any kind of knowledge of something similar?
Never seen anything
Okay.
like this.
Got a book on mermaids.
We
At the
did.
beginning of the fucking campaign.
But Jade took
guys.
it with her. It's Jade's book.
You read it though.
I did read it. You're right.
They look like the book said mermaids did, but you've never seen, like the book said nothing about like giant crystals growing
Sophia's
on
gonna
them.
doodle all this down and like
She's
write all
going
this
to, like,
out.
grind her feet into the ground, like, and then she's gonna be like, no, I'm not leaving. You blink when I don't blink, okay?
And she has the blanket and she has like
Alternate blinking.
she has like sacred she has Sacred Flame ready just in case.
And hours pass,
Fucking champions. Thank you for doing
and
this.
you can hear the singing fading.
Oh.
And one by one, they disappear under the surface of the lake.
She's
And then
literally
the
gonna
water
be
begins to once again lap against the shore.
Yeah, that was
At
the
that
worst.
point, she just lays back. She's like, "Oh God!"
like, she's not gonna take her eyes off the water as you lay down, and she's gonna go, Sophie,
Huh.
Sophie, wait. I think we need to talk about this. We just need to get them to leave.
Yeah.
Right now. Never touch water. I've never wanted to never bathe again. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Literally, her eyes are so bloodshot.
First dude, she's just like,
You're really tired.
seen so much.
But Sabine
oh my
usually
God.
only sleeps like 4 or 5 hours a night because she's a half of, or like trances, and she's like, it's fine. Okay,
Wait.
it's fine.
No,
she's a human.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just an
right.
old
So
lady.
she's she's tired
so-
AF.
Each of you have
A point of
a
exhaustion.
point of exhaustion that's going to be a disadvantage on ability checks.
Great.
It's fine.
And the rest of the
Remember,
party,
carry me.
y'all awake, and you feel like you're super rested. You're great to go.
Delia's
Wait,
gonna walk
And
over.
Delia and Safine are like fucking tense.
Why do you think you just did drugs?
Delia's literally like, you know the thing where people like tiptoe backwards? She's facing the lake and she's like, go now, go.
I'm literally, I'm just
And
grabbing
I'm
whoever
gonna
I
pack
can.
my stuff and get
You're
my
like,
pack on.
I'm
and-
grabbing people by the scruff of their shirts. I'm like, all right, we gotta get going. It's fine. Everybody, you Delia, you got the back. Delia, you got the back.
Yo, what is going on?
Last
Go.
night.
No, go. Talk about it later. Go.
Literally, that was as this is all happening, while she's like through the night just staring dead ass into their eyes, she's just writing it down without looking. So she's probably written over the same line like once or twice. You can still kind of read what's happening, but it's just like, this is what they look like, and this is the behaviors that they're incurring. This is what they look like, and she like blindly doodles it, so it looks like really terrible on one side, but you can still vaguely get the idea of what's happening.
Good job.
Cool. To collect some more crystals before they sit out.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. How many?
As soon as you step towards the front of the cave, she just gives you this like mad woman look of like, not worth it.
Not worth
Quickly.
it.
He grabs more crystals.
Oh, you bastard.
She'll remember that. Don't you worry, Bobby. Don't you worry.
Bobby.
I need to use the restroom really
Oh
quick.
my god.
Be right back.
Unacceptable!
That was the most tense situation,
Oh
I
my
think.
god. I feel like Sabine and Delia, every
jailbreak.
Yeah, the jailbreak was bad.
every
The
one-on-one moment
sweating.
they've had together has
Anxious
been
being.
like traumatizing,
Anxious
very
being.
sad, and we're just like, oh my god, we've been through so much. We don't even
That
talk.
was-
Oh my god.
That was a really good moment, I feel like, for her and Delia. They're like, oh god, oh god. I love the idea of being like, boop, 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 boop.
You blink when
She's
they
got
don't.
like a dagger, but she's like, what do I do?
Too funny. I can't handle it. Oh man.
So
That
we
was a
did one
creepy song.
room.
You never heard it before?
No.
It's like the mermaid song.
I do not know that. What is it called? Which one?
I think it's
Um,
just called
Siren
Sailor.
Song.
I think it's called Sailor Bold.
Yeah. I never saw any of the ones that were not the original 3. So it's like Dead Man, whatever.
Deadman's Chest.
Is
Dead
that-
Man Tell No Tales.
Yeah,
It's
that
the one
one.
where they have the mermaid. In the
Yeah, Dead Man
in
Tell
the
No
clear
Tales or whatever.
casket.
Yeah,
There's a preacher.
Jolly Sailor Bold.
From which movie? On Stranger Tides.
Yeah, I never saw it.
That's not.
On Stranger Tides is pretty good.
I want to see it. I just think I never like got around to it.
I did too. I thought it was. I didn't think it was a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but I was in the same world,
Yeah.
and that was fine with me.
The Mermaid Self-Plot was what it was.
It definitely wasn't
It was so
the
cool.
worst movie.
Funnily enough, Pirates
Have you
of
watched the
Caribbean
last one?
Is definitely the best special effects
We should
makeup
hate watch
in
it.
any movie.
What is
They did
it?
incredible stuff.
Pirates,
Oh.
Was it the last one?
V. Nielsen
newest
is the
one?
one who
I
did
just
all
told them
that.
we should hate watch it.
Oh.
That's how she got famous. She got cast, and then Johnny Depp had known her from a past thing and brought her on, which got her put into the union. And then she got left on an island the first day when they were shooting. He, in full dress, launched himself off the boat and swam back to shore for her. And he's like, "You could have just said turn the boat around." And he goes, "No," and he like does the whole character and everything.
If you go to Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disney World, sometimes this plays. And they used to have an effect where you could actually see mermaids in the water, but they don't keep out.
Oh, that's creepy.
Just
What was
weird.
hilarious though, there's people
You
who have
won't
pictures
anymore.
of the ride because
You will
it was
not like
projections,
this
so
anymore.
the computer would crash, so that it would show the like Windows
Like that, that's
error
what I was
404
picturing us looking
screen.
at.
Amazing.
It's probably why they stopped.
Yeah.
There used to be a thing full, but they also had the glass coffin that the mermaid was carried around in the ride for a hot minute. They also had a mermaid skeleton in the ride for a hot minute, and then they took it out.
Which is sad. I actually really like that.
I really did.
It's like it seems like they do weird things. Like at Pandora, inside they used to have water inside flowing in the what was that
The
area?
queue?
Yeah, in the during the queue for Pandora, the,
The floating
inside part.
islands. No, it was the floating islands inside water.
Is it? Wait, was it not Pandora? Yeah, it was Pandora. Before you go into the lab, remember where there used to be water?
Oh yeah.
There's,
oh,
like-
under where the pennies all are on the floor.
Yeah,
and
there
stuff.
used to be water in there, and they only had water for like the first couple weeks,
Oh, okay.
and then they like turned it off for whatever reason.
Yeah, it probably got too fucking humid in there because there's no ventilation.
I think people were acting a fool too.
Remember when I threw a rock into the mermaid lake?
Yeah.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, no.
That's why you don't touch the
Why,
water
you're playing
apparently.
catch with the mermaids. You know, they wanted to friend. You were
Maybe
being
maybe they would have liked me.
Oh god, how terrifying.
They
would
would've
that
liked
been
to
if
eat you.
Tossed it in and then it tossed itself back out.
Oh.
Sarah notes down in her
Sarah's
paper.
like, Sarah's like, damn it.
Alright, everybody, here's a piece of paper. Write down your biggest fears, okay? I want 3 of your largest fears. No, not spiders.
Having
not
all
darkness.
my dreams
No,
come
your
true.
deepest fears.
The rock
Alright.
throwing itself back.
Okay, so before we exit the tunnel,
Secret
we're
tunnel.
going into shush. We're going to the Crystal Mausoleum, which means no talking.
Oh no.
Old people are afoot.
We're gonna get to a chamber where we have to put our legs out.
Yeah, you called.
It's gonna happen.
No talking.
Not
That's
us.
why hanging your guitar out.
We let love lead the
We have to follow
way.
the crystals by putting our legs out and kissing.
That or we could just
I
write
don't
down
think-
Sarah doesn't
vegetables.
understand.
I don't think the kissing part was a detrimental part.
Come on, guys.
Vegetables. They live in the tunnel. Yeah, live in a hole.
Okay, underground.
So legit, no talking in
Is
this
there
thing.
anything that we have on us that could help us, even if we like stub a toe or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
think-
take my rope out.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna
like,
do the same.
Yeah. And I
that
just
could help us.
You can help us?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
you have silence! MVP of this adventure.
The whole thing is that she said that there was a bunch of old spooky gals in this
Wait.
room and that we can't talk or make noise because it will disturb them and we will die.
Wait, but if they're in our bubble, won't they hear us?
No.
So
We
here's
can't
the
hear each
deal.
other once we're in the bubble.
Before we leave the crystal tunnel, should we take a short rest for those with
No, it's
exhaustion?
the long rest.
What?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It
I have
requires
to
a
have a
long
full
rest.
rest, yeah.
Oh, full rest. Okay.
Lily and I are
Well
fine.
then,
We're just at our shittiest right now.
Yep.
I think the silent spell's a really good idea.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's
a
super
great
good.
idea.
Man, look at this.
Cast it on us. Secret tunnel.
I can't wait to get to scream and no
Also,
one can
I
hear me.
realized- Are we in the
Before we
purple
go
tunnel
in,
right now?
after he's done that, we both just look at each other and we're like,
I am seeing it as the chamber.
All the things we
like
wanted
in
to
Boston
do.
Say when Tar and Zuko have their heart to heart.
Oh,
That's how I'm
yes.
seeing it right now.
Wait,
What's
what?
happening? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
I'm imagining this like crystal room as the cavern underneath the lake in Boston Say where Zuko and Tar have their heart to heart talk.
Oh, yes, very good. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Who are you having your heart-to-heart talk?
That's right, out here like Katara should be with Jet. I cannot believe the disrespect.
I love
That's
that video.
literally
It's
the
like,
worst thing in the whole world.
She was already
all
getting
right.
crazy.
So I can do silence.
Silencio.
Are we doing this smarter than you expected us
Serious,
to?
like,
No.
You hear that on every
Okay.
monorail, security vehicle.
Kevlar. Kevlar.
Yes. Yes.
I do that at my coworker. She's Puerto Rican and she yells at me to learn Spanish all the time whenever she's to translate something, and I'm like.
So here's the deal.
No deal.
If I cast, let me come up with another term instead of cast. If I project silence, we will all become deafened within the sphere of influence, and no spells of a verbal component will work.
So no speech.
And it only lasts up to 10 minutes. So we will have to be quick, or I'll have to cast it multiple times, which I can do. I can project it multiple times. But we might need to come up with a means of communication.
If we step out of the bubble, we can hear again.
Yes, I will project it from myself. So anything within a 20-foot radius of myself. So 40-foot circle, basically.
So we link arms, we all look at it at a different angle, and we shuffle on through.
Correct, but we might want some basic hand gestures, taps.
Quick clarification. When you say we become deafened, that means that we can't hear each other
Correct.
and the outside world cannot hear us.
Correct.
Fantastic. Just
That
making sure that we're.
no sound passes out
Without a trace.
the field, and no sound passes into the field.
More D&D.
So if something were to come up upon us, we will not hear it.
Love that.
But also, the benefit is that we cannot take any type of thunder damage or damage that has an audible effect. So that's fun.
Let's do
We will
it.
be able to see once we get into the chamber whether or not to
But
to see whether it would even be worth casting.
Someone will also
No,
have to be
talking
casting
at all.
a light for someone else.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. I cannot cast it if I cannot see.
well, we can. If you step into it, you won't be able to. But if you step out, you can. So what we can do is, if Tamsin walks ahead, cast a light.
But she can't talk at all once we get into the room
Oh,
where
well,
it casts the
no.
spell, because that will attract.
Right. Just hold the light with you.
Is that right now?
Ooh.
So,
what
So
I'm
we
doing
just
right now
so
is
we're gonna have to like
quietly,
do an actual like
yeah,
rope
cast.
chain.
We're-
So
yes.
you guys can
Yeah,
do
so we
this.
have to
Yeah.
the ones we'll need somebody with dark vision in the front and in the back,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, I got
Squishiest in the
I
front and in the back.
can only project this twice
Okay.
before I become too tired to do it again.
Cantrip. It's just light.
You might be able to keep yours. Until the spell ends, the
But-
object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Mine's 1 hour. You
Yeah.
touch one object that is no longer than 10 feet in any dimension until the spell ends. The object sheds bright light into 20-foot radius.
So you can take care of light because you can
Yeah.
cast it before we go in.
Mm-hmm.
Touch your hair.
And
Magic
then if we
lady
can
hair.
make it across in 20 minutes, then great. If not, you tell have to be really aware that it will be quiet.
But you can cast the spell and step into it.
Yeah.
Because if you say the verbal command and then go in, you've already said it. So you just can't say a verbal command once you're inside.
But mine lasts for an hour, so I might as well use it.
We're not even there yet, are we?
Well,
We're about to enter
You're
in.
still in the tunnel. Like
yes,
you're getting
but
close.
we're just strategizing it.
Walking and strategizing.
That means as soon as we notice we are about to, if there's a door, that would be super convenient. If there isn't a door, then we do it in a tunnel, I guess. But that makes sense to me.
So if we have light, we can all kind of circle around Tamsin and make sure that nothing sneaks up on us.
Yes, perhaps I'll stand in the middle, and then we'll have people on either side, forward, front, and back, and then two dark vision people at the front and the back.
I would be almost useless once we go into the bubble.
Still look.
God forbid something happens, in which case then you become helpful.
But also, we don't know how dark it's going to be in there. You know, the crystals are pretty light here, so we may have visibility, we may not, but we'll know when we get there.
I have one spell. I have two spells. Three spells. I can make us cake.
Make us what?
I can make us cake.
That's useful.
That's all.
Considering we can't get in this potter's babe.
Oh no, wait, fuck. Never mind. I have one spell. And it's kept.
Lie in the dark, that's the
Okay.
mausoleum.
Anyone know what I'm talking about when I say the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy? I'm just picturing the singing heads in the walls of no. They're so good.
I do that. The mausoleum.
Next to the mausoleum.
It's also that. Correct.
I was in the bathroom and all of a sudden I hear.
She's really nasty and she's got it.
No.
Is no other option.
Alright, what are we doing, folks?
We're walking towards the mausoleum.
Let's
So that's
go.
We're in a circle formation around.
Am I casting the light spell?
We don't know yet.
Should we establish the order right now?
Well, let's get there so we can see what we're up against and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The end of the tunnel approaches, and you emerge into this, what should be a cavern, and instead looks as though you have stepped into almost a church. But this church, similarly to the tunnel, is glowing with these beautiful bioluminescent mushrooms and crystals, and similarly to those in the tunnel, these are everywhere and on everything, but they look as though someone has delicately and lovingly carved them into pillars, into walls, into floors, into benches and chairs, and it looks like what those of you with churches and graves recall as a mausoleum, and you have entered into this beautiful place. And while it's not easy for those of you without dark vision to see super clearly, the light from the mushrooms and the crystals that are glowing kind of reflects, and you begin to traverse this structure.
Have we like entered the silent part? Do we know that?
You have, huh?
Have we entered the part where we need to be silent? Like,
You've entered into this building, yeah.
Okay. Could we back out?
Did you want to back out, or are you going forward?
I mean, has anyone casted this stuff? They were gonna do it.
Should we step back into the
Yeah.
tunnel?
Can I perception check before we back out?
Yeah, perception check and then step back into the crystal tunnel.
Wow!
Nat 20.
Incredible.
15.
So 25.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Anyone who rolled, if you rolled 15 to 20, you were able to see what looked like humanoid shapes off in the distance, and they were not moving. They were standing very, very still. If you rolled 20, if you rolled above 20, you are able to pretty clearly see that it is a person-shaped crystal. And you can't quite see... What?
You don't understand, Sarah.
Okay. You can't quite see what it is, like how they're like sculpted or how they're exactly standing, but you can see that it is a human-shaped crystal off, somewhat far off in the room.
Grab of arms of whoever, pull back into tunnel.
Yeah, we go back into the crystal tunnel.
I relay information. It's humanoid crystals. Looks pretty freaking scary to me. Not really sure why.
Yeah, we probably don't want to talk because maybe we wake them up or something.
Yeah, probably. Alright, I'm going to cast light
Well, do
on...
we need it?
Yeah, don't we have light?
Oh, is it light
I
in
mean,
there?
we can't see
Yeah.
clearly, so it might make Remember and I trip over something or not see you guys speaking to us or whatever it is.
But
I'm
if you-
just saying, if it's not that
Okay.
big a deal,
Yeah, it's a
it's better to be safe.
Yeah, it's a
if
cantrip.
We're risking waking
I'll
someone.
go ahead and take a holy parchment. Amazing. I'm gonna take a piece of holy parchment that I have and use that as the base for my light spell,
Okay.
and just hold up a piece of paper so that it lights up, because it radiates 20 feet of light.
Okay.
And then we will get into order.
Yep.
What's our order? Who's got dark vision? Alright, so one of you three need to be at the front, one of you three need to be at the back.
I can be at the front,
I'll be at the back. You're squishy.
and then I'll give
Well-
you the light
Should you be at the
source.
front?
Should I be at the front?
Well, I guess her perception's
okay.
good. You'll be alright.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be at the middle. So, order is Sabine. Remember?
Yeah.
We can flank you, honestly, and walk on the sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. You guys can walk on the sides. Alright, and then Tenzin will be in the middle. We're gonna get close to the opening. Part we have to go as
Quickly as possible.
quickly and carefully as possible. And Tenzin closes his eyes for a second, and
You
then
should be near the front then. You should be near the front so that, because you guys have your sneak abilities,
Oh, sure.
that you could go ahead. Also, hits. Does this work on this?
Yeah.
yes,
Silence
whoever is
it.
inside the sphere with me.
Yeah, and he knows that we're trying to be quiet, so.
He ain't going nowhere. Oh, this is so tense.
I'm very excited.
So we all get into formation. Tenzin closes his eyes for a moment and does his hand clasp thing. And a force pushes out, and all of a sudden, nobody can hear anything. It's just like silent, and I nod, and we move.
And they said roll tide.
No!
Alright,
What
so
light you're looking?
so the group moves forward. And this building is huge. It has definitely been built to fit within this cavern. Even to the point where it probably has too many rooms. It probably has too many hallways and passageways. But you begin to move silently through. Everyone go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
An 18.
22.
Natural 20 plus scary.
Yeah.
17.
I'm not perceiving crap.
Okay.
You're descriptive.
What
It's
did you
fine.
get? Okay. If you had under 13, you really didn't see anything beyond the crystals and the mushrooms, and you're able to kind of like appreciate how this place was designed. 14, 17, this place is too quiet. Like, not even from the silence, but just like when you initially entered in, there was no sound. Like, you expected there to be at least like 1 or 2 people on your trip so far. Like, you've already slept a few times. And you're able to see a couple things. Like, you look and you see what looks like an old, like, sack on the ground that is just like, its contents are scattered and rusted and like just rotten and old, and just time has eaten away at them. And you're able to see that there's a couple things like that here and there. There's a sword that's just laying on the ground, eaten away by rust. There's an old blanket that looks like it was like torn somehow, and just like laying over one of the benches. Anything beyond that, you are the first to see one of these crystal statues. This isn't a statue in memoriam. This is not a statue to reflect on our humanity. This is a fucking person. Trapped within crystal however many ages ago. Frozen and forgotten. Above a 20, or a nat 20 and above. As you see these beings, you see these people, you realize that maybe they weren't forgotten after all. They've been petrified into crystal, yes, but they've also been carefully set out of the main pathway. Here and there, they exist in the alcoves, and they exist out of the way of most movement. 10 minutes go by, and the silence fades. You realize this when you can hear your footsteps on the crystal. Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, is this at a disadvantage because of the
That's 20 plus 3.
Yep. Exhausted.
Fuck, that's a nat one.
It's a 9.
14.
Save
21,
us, remember
but
your
not natural 20.
Okay.
Can I recast?
Yes.
Is it verbal?
What? No.
It's not.
He did it.
He literally just goes,
Safine.
perception. I'm not.
Safine, you hear your footsteps echoing on the crystal, and so you stop. Oh god, wait, my footsteps are echoing on the crystal. So you stomp a couple more times to just, like, what? Was that an echo? Was that your foot? And no, you might have heard something else.
It's like those freaking angels from Doctor Who.
No!
Anyone who rolled above a 15, you hear a and footsteps.
my heart is
Just
beating.
clinking on the crystal just before silence envelopes you all again.
Oh, how is she so scary?
Right.
Oh, she's so unbelievably scary.
Let's start running.
Honestly.
Book it.
Because we have 10
We
more
have 10
minutes
minutes?
to get out.
I'm cool with running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta kind of book it. Everybody stay close to Tenzin.
Yep, we're gonna hook arms and run.
Oh, I don't think we can.
Yeah. Well, let's not hook arms. Let's just all together now.
Oh no, she's rolling.
She's rolling.
She's
Stop
rolling
it.
for
She's gonna make one of us trip.
And you die.
Well, no, she'd make us roll.
How
dex.
are you walking? Are you walking all facing the same direction?
No, I'm running
we specifically
backwards.
said that we had
Who
all
is-
of our
who is-
arrows.
We're
Who
watching
is backwards?
everywhere.
I'm backwards.
I'm in the
You're
front,
backwards?
so not me.
I hope you do really good rolls.
I know.
So give me a quick. So facing forward is
It's me.
Safine, and then
On the sides of Tenzin, there's remember
And Delia.
and Delia and
Delia
Angarad.
and Angarad.
And
Remember is on a fucking swivel. She's like, slice the pie, slice the pie, slice the pie, slice the pie.
I need Rinna to roll a perception
Oh,
check.
come on, Rinna.
I'll never unhear that.
15.
You see someone's hand come around the corner,
Good gosh.
and it's this long, pale finger.
Ah.
Ew, no.
And you see, as you all are you're running backwards.
Yeah. Which I'm actually pretty good at in real life, so.
As you're running backwards, you're able to see hand come around the corner.
What corner? Wait, where's the corner?
As you're running past halls. and
Okay, yeah. Cool.
You see this hand grab the corner, and from around the corner, you can see a mass of writhing snakes peek around.
It's Medusa,
And
y'all.
then you see this pale, gaunt
Is it a lady?
Don't look.
female
Shit,
figure.
Don't
close
look.
thine eyes.
It's a Medusa!
Look
She
around.
turned them into petrified crystal
Roll a
people!
constitution save.
What dice do I
D20.
use?
Don't
Well, yes.
don't use that
No,
one.
not
Yeah,
that one,
I
not that
do,
one, not
but
that
I
one,
need
not-
a verbal component for
Okay.
that shit.
It might not matter in a second.
Frick.
19! Okay. And that is this is perception or what? Wait, what is it? I forgot.
Constitution.
So 22.
Oh my god.
22.
22.
Last has infallible good luck.
Let me just see.
I think
Okay.
I've lost 3
We name
pounds.
ourselves the infallible.
Okay.
Sweating and my heart is
For just a
racing.
second, it feels like the toes on your
No.
foot cramp, and then you're
I
able
was
to
like, where are you going with this?
stomp and
Yeah.
get feeling back in.
Yeah.
And then you see all the snakes kind of.
Don't
You know that they would be hissing, and this figure looks furious, and she begins to move towards you.
My brain is like, my feet were already broken. I tightened my little rope. I grabbed my crossbow. And what?
Wait, are you letting go of people then?
No, we're not linking arms. We're just running together.
No, yeah, we didn't link arms. We just
Okay.
ran.
Oh my
God.
no, don't separate yourself.
No,
We're
no,
safe, you goddamn
Oh
right,
no, I'm not gonna do that.
She's gonna run
So
backwards and be
whoever's
like,
next to me, I kind of slap them and I point.
Don't look.
No.
Oh wait.
You already did it. You already did it.
So, Angarad and who would be turning to us?
I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. I shouldn't have said anything. She's coming after us. What happens if she gets into the circle?
Oh wait, where's Claudius in all this?
Oh yeah.
Claudius is there as a being who
Placeholder.
has got a lot going on.
He's just being very
We
quiet.
can sacrifice him. We can do a
Yeah,
constitution
yeah.
check.
It's fine.
Yeah.
They got the food open, and
What?
there's this
I'm
much
so sorry.
left.
I didn't think about it.
She's looking at me like, why did you take it?
Please tell me what happens next. My heart is literally, I cannot.
I feel like I'm dying. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
So who did
So-
you bring to attention?
Okay, so I slapped whoever was next to me,
I got mad constitution.
and
I did it. It's fine.
however they react, they can react.
Okay, so
Do they
so
look? Do they-
Rinna, who is running
Of course I'm
backwards.
gonna look.
No, I know.
Rinna, who is running
Okay.
backwards.
Shh.
suddenly slaps Angrod and Remember.
Of course she does.
Which
What
you're
do you
gonna
do?
slap the freaking other
I would
people.
look.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's fine.
Oh my god,
It's fine.
you
It's
Gonna break the table.
It's fine. 17.
Yeah, you both again.
Okay.
You feel like Angrod. You see this snake-haired woman, and she's coming forward, and she shoves a crystalline person out of the way, and you can see them
Aw.
shatter on the floor, and she turns and looks furious for a second, and you can feel the hands on your finger like cramp and freeze and relax as tingles just flow up your arm. Same with Remember, like you feel your bicep kind of like tense up and then like relax. And what do you do?
I imagine this anime scene happening where like the music is like dun 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 dun, dun as we're running, and then like as Rita turns around and sees this beat, it completely cuts out silent like they do when
Yeah.
somebody's ears are ringing.
Yeah,
out
the-
and bomb
yeah.
goes off. Yeah, and we're all just like.
Yeah, we're all still running quickly.
You literally like you just see Remember's mouth open like she's screaming an expletive, but nothing comes out. And it's still that like ringing sound, and they're just like hauling ass. They're hauling ass, but she's also like pulling the spear out as they're running, and she's like keeping tabs on how far away they are.
Savine has no idea, and is like, la la la
No,
la.
that's
la.
fine.
Do not turn around.
I'm watching closely just in case anybody catches her eye. Like,
So we
I'm
can grab them and go.
keeping an eye out.
Okay.
This has been a lot of some people noticing things and
Uh-huh.
frantically trying to get everybody else to not notice those things.
I mean, except for me, of course. But honestly, it's better to have backup, and both of you survived it. So,
Right, it's okay.
Okay.
For now.
Here we go.
I need whoever is in front to roll perception, please.
Oh, and this is a disadvantage for me because I'm tired.
They can trash.
Okay, you said perception?
Yeah.
That's 14.
Okay. You're safe. So you like
I'm really tired.
like you are you're trying to like keep up. You're exhausted and you're booking it through this place. You're trying to keep like a rhythm of running when you can't even hear your feet. You can't even hear your heart.
Which is disorienting.
Which is very disorienting.
ooh.
And you see Snake come around the corner before the head of this being.
In front of me?
In front of you.
Ah, it's the
And-
Morgan sisters.
And it comes around and sees you and grins. And for just a second, you stumble as your like knee locks up, and then you're able to like regain your footing. Tamsin, you're facing forward, right? You need to roll a Constitution save.
Dang, brother! Dang!
Roll
I'm
tide.
so stressed out.
He's just like, I passed the game, and we're like, it's my wife! She could
Same.
die!
Bro.
I'm
Like,
so
if this
scared.
breaks
Small creature.
super bad, I'm useless.
Well, that sucks. I got an 8.
Oh no!
Wait, that's very.
Bye. Farewell.
Can we
We're
pick him up?
going back to
Is like, are we
Europe.
able to
Believe
pick
I'm
him
all
up?
statues and
Yeah.
stuff.
But our
soon
spell's
as
gonna drop.
I see him start
Wait,
to
you have inspiration.
freeze.
Does that negate your situation?
I do have inspiration. Do I get to reroll?
Does inspiration work before or after you've rolled?
After, actually.
Go ahead.
Well, both. Yeah, both. You can do
Yeah,
both.
go ahead.
What a waste of inspiration, but
Hey, buddy, you want to live or not?
Or not.
You wanna live? Oh my god.
well, way to go, inspiration.
Tamsin, you
There
didn't
goes our
really
spell.
perceive this person ahead of you, but as you're running and you're trying to like scan and keep an eye out for like whatever these beings were that Opal is telling you about, you catch sight of this person and your whole hand just suddenly goes heavy on your wrist.
As soon as I see him start to like jerk and shake, I cast counterspell.
You can't.
Literally the only one that doesn't have a verbal.
You're not useless. You're important and valid. We need it.
Squishy or not, you got this!
So if it's a third level spell or equivalent to that, it just fails. If it's above that, I have to roll, and it has like a specific DC.
Go ahead and roll.
We're gonna die.
Damn it.
Oh my god, you guys.
You can do
Okay.
this. It's fine. You got us through the entire fucking first break on your own merit.
Yeah,
That
she
first
really
round was
did.
Wood Thames'
Yeah,
story. You guys
genuine.
Rolled that.
Okay.
And you have an inspiration
15.
still.
Yeah, you just get it. So
Thames is like,
you see Temsin start to lock up, like you see his hand start to lock, and just as you cast this, his hand is relaxed and the Medusa recoils, and she looks at her now crystalline hand and shatters it against the wall and moves forward.